Do any agencies subscribe to TRA's system, and if so, can you tell us who they are?
Yes. MediaVest was the first agency that signed up for our system. They signed up over a year ago. They just re-signed for a second year. We actually just issued a press release a couple of weeks with MediaVest where they had some unique findings actually that they identified some of what they call the ROI segments in a network and program campaign, that they'd be able to work with their customers to identify those programs that are the most effective based upon their definition of swing purchasers, for instance. We have just signed up another major agency, which we can't announce right now. We'll be issued a press release in the next couple of weeks. But between those two agencies, they control a significant portion of media buying in the United States. And they'll both are going to be using the system to be working with their advertising clients to help to understand and be able to allocate their media spends on behalf of their advertisers by using our system that integrates purchase behavior with actual set-top box data.
What is the profile of a swing purchaser?
Well, it's interesting. In our system, when you would log into what we call purchaser graphics, as opposed to demographics, is that our clients, because the way our system works, it's a self-service model. You can run almost an infinite number of ad hoc queries in our system, is that you may be going after a swing purchaser. For instance, somebody that sometimes buys your brand, sometimes buys your competitor's brand, because the whole theory here is that they're the type of individual, type of households that's the most influenceable. And so that's where you want to spend your dollars. You don't want to necessarily spend your dollars on someone who's loyal to your brand because that person is already loyal to your brand, or somebody that's loyal to your competitor's brand because it won't be a good use. However, there is one of our customers that this year is going after loyalists. Their whole marketing campaign is buy one more of their product in a week, in a month, in a quarter. And so our system allows you to actually log in and identify how much they've bought in the past of that particular product and trying to get them to buy one more. So the profile of a swing purchaser is one that can be identified by our particular customers. They can define what they mean and what the profile of that customer is, and then they can go and run an index as to which networks or programs are actually being watched by that particular segmented and profiled customer of theirs.
Well, I'm very curious about the concept of a swing voter and how it might compare to a swing purchaser. Is that the same kind of personality?
You know, I'm not sure personally, and we don't have the statistics here to understand whether there's a higher correlation between a swing voter and a swing purchaser. However, in the political world, the whole rule of thumb is that in a primary is that you go to your base. So for the Republicans, they go to the right, and the Democrats go to the left, and you win the primary on that basis. And then in the general election, it's a race to the middle, and whoever can control that middle. And that middle generally is defined as the swing voter. And even a few points of being able to capture those swing voters can move a national election. And similarly, a swing purchaser, it's the same thing. It's all about market share for brands. And if they can move the market share by a few points and influence some of those swing purchasers, then it's all gravy for them. And that's really what advertising is all about. Advertising is all about finding the right eyeballs, finding the right niches to be able to influence those potential purchasers, if you will, or voters if it's a political campaign, to actually become loyal to your brand, loyal to your candidate.
So is there anything I've left out? Is there anything that you would like to add?
No, I just think that it's a fun time to be an entrepreneur, and what we're trying to do is to really take a page out of the internet model in terms of how you market a solution, how you create a flexible solution, how you can use things like internet technologies to create more accountability around the largest but the oldest media in the industry, which is television. And I like our chances in being a fleet-of-foot entrepreneurial company that can adapt to the realities of the marketplace.
Well, it's been a fascinating interview. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Charlene.